Stuart Shepard.
And we are so excited that you have chosen to join us today. So what is First Freedom Day all about? Today we have been celebrating our Supreme Court victories and the difference that they have made across the landscape of America. Of course, the one you must be most familiar with is Kennedy, the coach that just wanted to pray on the 50-yard line. And then, of course, we have Groff, the faithful carrier that just wanted to be able to take the Sabbath to celebrate and to acknowledge the Lord. And then, of course, we have the Bladensburg Peace Cross, which was a beautiful veterans memorial. And then, of course, we have Carson B. Macon.
It's going to celebrate its 100th anniversary next month.
Yeah, it is. You're going to be there.
Yeah,
that's going to be
fun.
awesome. Mm-hmm. So be looking out for that video. And then, of course, we have Carson B. Macon, which was the Treat Children Fairly Act. So 2025 has also been a really active year.
It really has. Those are all Supreme Court victories, which are significant. They're literally rewriting the textbooks at law schools all over the country because of those victories. We're seeing them cited in other cases as they come down the pike, which is changing the landscape of the law across America. But this year is the busiest that we've ever been at First Liberty Institute. It has been crazy active. When I go over and talk to the attorneys, you can tell they're a little stressed. I mean, they're confident, but they've got a lot going on right now. And we're very proud of the work that they do. But just a few to give you an idea of some of the things that we've won in the first 6 months of this year. We won for a church in Colorado that was trying to help out people who had hit hard times and just needed a place to stay briefly on their property. We won that, got a settlement from the city. And not only was it a win, but the city is now cooperating with the church willingly and wanting to help them with this program because they see the value of it to the community. We also won for a first responder in DC, for a military chaplain in Pennsylvania, for a church in California that bought a property. The city said, yeah, you can use it to meet there. And then the city said, well, we don't know. And this went on for a long time, cost the church a lot of money just while they were holding this property they could use. We finally got that worked out so that they can meet in the property that they bought. Even for a mom who went to a city council meeting, they limited their time down to 60 seconds, and she thought, you know what, if it's my time to speak, I got a minute, I'm going to pray for our schools here in town. And the mayor told her, we don't do prayer, and shut her down. People shouted her down. We got the city to back off. They're inviting her back to not only offer her prayer, but also to then share what she really wanted to say about what's going on in the school systems there. That's just a few to give you a taste of it. It has been a lot of victories this spring, but that's all in the past. What we're looking toward now is the future, and that's what you can play an important part in is the year ahead.
Yeah, and we want more wins just like those because they change the landscape across America for you, your children, and your grandchildren. So we've had a lot going on today. So if you're just getting home and checking your feed, be sure to go back and you'll see the other segments that we've posted throughout the day. Check all of our social media platforms. The information will be there. Definitely insightful information and ways that you can be involved. So here's what we've learned today. Essentially, the Supreme Court victories have a ripple effect, and they make such a difference for everyday people, especially our clients. If you saw our First Liberty Live episode earlier today, you got to hear real and raw stories from our clients. And so it was just an incredible opportunity to really hear from them.
One of the favorite parts of my job is getting to go visit with our clients and to then share their stories with the world. They're real people who are just living their lives, trying to live according to their faith, and then trouble comes knocking on their door, and they don't have the money to mount a legal defense. They don't have the knowledge of how you would even take a case like that to court. And that's where First Liberty comes in. We come alongside them and we provide them the support, the defense that they need, and we never charge a bill.
For sure. So if any of those stories really resonated with you and you wonder, how can I stand in the gap? How can I be part of this mission? We have ways that you can get involved.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways you can connect with us. First of all, is what you're doing right now. You're on social media. If you're not already following us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, TikTok, YouTube,
all the platforms,
any of those, go ahead and click follow on those, subscribe to us. You can also go to firstlibertylive.com. That's where we do our weekly video interviews with our attorneys and updates on cases and whatnot. You can subscribe to that page, or on our YouTube channel for firstlibertylive.com. You can subscribe there as well, and we'll send you updates when things come along. Also, we have a couple of initiatives that you want to know about. One is called F3. It stands for the Future of Faith and Freedom. It's an outreach we have to people from basically 20 to 40 years old. It's the next generation coming up. If you go to firstliberty.org/F3, you can find all the information about that. Another one is Restoring Faith in America.
RFIA.
The Bladensburg Peace Cross that we mentioned, and also the Joe Kennedy case, has made it so that in places where the Ten Commandments Monument was moved off of the state capitol grounds or out of a city park, they can go back. And we're encouraging people around the country to put them back. If you had a Christmas scene, a nativity scene in your town, and it got moved off of public property, because of separation of church and state, they always say, well, guess what? Now it can go back because we've won those cases. It's made clear in the law that they're okay to be on that property. And we're encouraging people all over the country to put them back where they were. If it's a menorah in a town square, that can go back where it was. And that's what Restoring Faith in America is all about. It's at RFIA, Restoring Faith in America, rfia.org, if you want to learn more about that. Also, you can sign up for our insider emails. Every Friday, we send out an update with several stories about what's going on right now in America when it comes to religious freedom. And it's free. It's our gift to you. If you want to sign up for that, just go to firstliberty.org, scroll down till you find Become an Insider, and you can sign up for that. Again, it comes to your email every Friday. It's the best way to keep track of what we do.
Yeah, and then of course we have the $20,000 matching grant.
That is a big deal.
That is a huge deal.
It goes today only. That ends at midnight tonight when we have the $20,000 matching grant. That is dollar for dollar. We have a donor who very thoughtfully said, you know what, I want to let other people know that this is an organization that is worth supporting, that is worth donating to. So this person put up $20,000 and said, I will match dollar for dollar as people give money to the organization today only. So it ends at midnight tonight. So if you'd like to double your gift, literally, up to $20,000, make sure you give today. And also, of course, our fiscal year ends on June 30th. That's kind of a big deal for us. I know you usually think of the calendar year end. Fiscal year end for us, it's important for this single reason, and that is First Liberty is very thoughtful about our budget. We don't over budget for upcoming years. We base every year's budget on what we did in the last year. So the more that we know that we have available for the year coming up by the time we get to the end of June, that allows us to budget for more activity in the year ahead. So you're really funding us into the coming year for all the stuff that we can win next year.
Yeah, it's incredible. And then we're able to support more future clients, more stories, more individuals, just like many of the stories that you saw today. Okay, so joining us now are some of our interns and staff members because, guys, we're wrapping First Freedom Day. It's our 3rd annual First Freedom Day. So we have cupcakes. We're going to celebrate because, it's been an exciting day. Again, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your support throughout the day. So check out some of those videos. And you guys, now we are going to go ahead and have a cupcake and celebrate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, there you go.